All right, all right, all right. How's everybody doing? Great to see everybody here. First thing in the morning. First thing in the morning. First thing in the afternoon. As we get into our day trading strategies. This is going to be a follow-up class on what we talked about on Monday. So if you have not seen the Monday class, I would recommend you do that one. Not that you shouldn't come and watch this one first, but you should really go watch that one after you watch this one, after we have this live one. And then if you're not here, if I'm talking to you, and you're watching the recording, you should go watch that one first and then come back and watch this one, because this is a follow-up to what we talked about on Monday. Now, Monday, we talked about all kinds of wonderful, great things. We set up the rules for the different order types, stops, limits, and markets. And then we also demonstrated how all those different order types worked. And so what we're going to do today is we're going to go through and we're going to show you how to automate those. All right, how to automate them. Automating is good. That means we get to have the computer help us trade. But we got to kind of tell it what to do. And there's kind of little rules, it's kind of like a video game. You have to learn kind of the rules. You have to learn how it works. All right. So we have to go through and we have to set those up. And I'm going to show you how to set them up today. Now, I have a whole bunch of them set up, and eventually, we'll go through and I'll show you all mine. But I'm going to show you how to set up yours, and most of yours will be like mine. All right. That's what I'm going to show you how to set up, is the strategies that I use. Now, there's all kinds of fun things that we can do, but I just kind of really want to follow up today on what we learned on Monday. So this is kind of an entry level, just, gently move into it a little bit. And so the first thing we want to do is we want to go through, and I have a little bit of, class business we need to take care of. For those of you who are from the internet and don't know, I'm a school teacher. All right. So I teach finance at Utah Tech University. And so I teach night classes. And so this is my lab for those night classes. And I teach people how to trade the stock market. I've been in the stock market for 40 years, been trading it, spent 10 years at the Chicago Board of Trade, teaching classes there from 2000 to 2010. Through that time frame, I was teaching classes there, and I was building my business and creating software and doing all that kind of neat stuff that from my experience of the things that I learned at the Chicago Board of Trade when I was there with all my great buddies that were back there. All right. And so that's what we're doing here now. So I come leap forward to today. Now I teach all the things that I've been taught myself. And so I am teaching at the university. Been teaching at the university for, I taught at Utah State University for 12 years. And I've been here at Utah Tech University for 10 years. So over 20 years, 20, close, pushing in 25 years teaching at the university level. So this is our lab. All right. So we do the academic work at night in class. We do the PowerPoints. We pull up all the stuff. We read about it. And then we come here to these classes, and this is where we apply the information that we learn in class. So if you're not from the class, you haven't been attending the class, you're certainly welcome to come to the labs. Of course, you're going to learn a lot in the labs. The labs are where we actually apply all the stuff that we learn at the university. So this is the fun stuff. This is the good stuff. This is where the meat and potatoes are. All right. Not that the school's not fun. It is. We have a lot of fun at the school when we do the academic side of things. But this is where we apply those things. All right. And we bring them to the market and show you how to apply them to the market and make some money. That's the whole idea, right? Now, of course, anywhere where you can make a lot of money, you can also lose a lot of money. So a large part of what we do is learn different strategies like risk and money management. All right. So we have to do our risk and money management. And that's what these order tools are all for. We're going to use strategies that helps us understand the risk and money management of protecting our positions, right? Because we don't want to give our money up to somebody else. And of course, they don't want to give their money up to somebody else either. So we are always fighting against the markets. For every buyer, there's a seller. For every seller, there's a buyer. For every winner, there's a loser. For every loser, there's a winner. So we want to be the winning side, right? So the more odds that we can put in our favor, the better we can automate our trading, the more a little bit of experience that I can pass on to you to help you have better experience at your trading and a little bit of extra knowledge. That's what I'm here for. All right. So we're having fun and we're doing that. And that's the biggest thing I want to make sure you're doing, is having fun. This is fun. All right. It's like going to a carnival game. I always say that trading is like a carnival game. It's not gambling. We're not going to Las Vegas. Vegas, that's really hard. The odds are against you every single time you spin the wheel. So there's the gambler's fallacy that, I've spun the wheel, 20 times and it's hit, red the last 6 times. It means it's eventually going to hit it's got to be hitting a red here pretty soon. It's hit or a green here, or black here pretty soon. That's the gambler's fallacy. It doesn't have anything to do with anything. Each roll of the dice is independent, has the same odds as every other roll of the dice. That doesn't have to be the case in the stock market. In the stock market, we can put the odds in our favor, all right? So it's not gambling in the sense that you're gambling in Vegas, but it is kind of like a carnival game. The odds are still stacked against you, but you can get the skills that it takes to win that big panda. You just have to practice, all right? And it's kind of like a video game, too. We want to start in level 1, and we move to level 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the better you get at the game, you keep moving up a little bit higher, and you start, using different tools and different things that bang on the wall or whatever it is that you're doing in your video game. It's kind of the same idea. We're just going to learn more things that can give us better capabilities to move from level 1 to level 2 to level 3 to make more money and to be better at what we do. So that's all we're doing. And just remember, because it is a big video game, it's just real fun. And so this is one of those video games where you can actually make and lose real money. And that's all it is to it. But in the beginning, we're going to be playing with monopoly money, fake money. All right. So just to learn, just to practice, you're not going to really be losing or making real money. We're going to do it with a demo account. But that's where you go through and you go through all your levels. And once you kind of master the game, you can then flip the button and it becomes real and you're trading real money. So the video game becomes real money trading. And that's all there is to it. So we want you just to practice. Don't feel like you have to jump in with real money too fast. Just think of it like a video game, play your video game. And then when you feel like, oh man, I got this thing mastered, I can make money hand over fist. I can, mine for gold all day long and make gold. So that's the name of the game. So what we're going to do is we're going to come in here and I'm going to show you some additional tools that you can use to mine for gold. And that's what we're going to do today. We're going to automate them so that they can kind of do a lot of the work for us. Now, it's not that we're going to turn everything over to the computer. We still got to tell the computer how we want to trade because, I'm different than you. You're different than me. We have different ways that we see the markets and different things that we want to do and the way we set it up. We're not going to all do exactly the same thing, but we're going to kind of go along those same roads. And I'm going to show you the tools that I use to make those trading decisions. All right. The biggest thing is I always say that we spend 20% of our time learning how to trade because that's easy. I can come in here and show you the tools and this is how you set them up and all. And then we spend 80% of our time trying to figure out when to trade because when to trade is way more important than how to trade. The how to trade is just mechanical. What does this tool do? What is this tool? What is this order? What's the rules for a limit order? What's the rules for a stop order? I can teach you that stuff in a heartbeat. That's what we do down at the university. I teach you all the how-to stuff. All right. Now, when we come here, this is where we got to teach the when-to stuff. All right. The when-to stuff is really more important. So I'm going to teach you some of the tools, and then we're going to try and teach you when to turn those tools on. Because again, there's a little bit of a learning curve. You have to kind of click the button at the right time when the market's at when the right setup is there. Otherwise, the little tool that you've set up doesn't work. So we have to kind of learn what those little idiosyncrasies are. You can't just push the button and walk away and think that it's going to, make you rich beyond your wildest dreams. If it did that, I wouldn't be here telling you how to do it, right? Of course. All right. So we're going to come in here. And I'm going to just come in here and I'm going to show you how to do this. This is real fun. We're going to come down and first thing I want to do, actually, you know what? I need to do a little class business. I mentioned that earlier. So we're going to come in and right here, this is the class business I want to talk about. Our next class, this is all the classes that we've taught so far this year. All right. Started, first class was Tuesday, October 21st. And then we went through all these classes. The last 3 classes are right here. Monday, right here. Highlight them, man, right there. Okay. So we've got Monday, December 1st, 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. Stocks and options. And it's at the UHB room 204. That's the UHB building. What? Udvar, it's a hard word. All right. Udvar Hazy building. The Udvar Hazy building, room 204. And that's the classroom we're going to be in at 6 o'clock p.m. Monday, December 1st, up at the university. All right. Or down at the university. Depends. Down at the university. Do you live up here and it's down there? Or do you live down here and it's up there? So we're at the university either way, whether it's up or down. And we're going to be at the Udvar Hazy building, room 204. All right. And if you haven't registered yet, you have to go to the Utah Tech University, go to continuing education, ce.utah.tech.edu. All right. And that's where you register for the class. It is a continuing education class. And we're going to come in here. And so that's where you sign up, UHB 204. And then on Wednesday, December 3rd, we're going to be the same place. And then Friday is the last class. So it's a 3-series class, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And we're going to learn about options. All right. We're going to spend time learning how to trade options. And then also a lot of the classes that we taught back here were how to trade in the UBI format, right? What I call the universal basic income strategy. And so we're going to teach you how those other guys trade for us on our behalf using options. So I think it's important that you understand when you're trading these yield max funds that we like to trade, the yield max, the granite share funds, these high yield first funds, how they make their money, because they make a high dividend return. And it's kind of like, wow, this is a little bit too high. How are they managing that? So they do it with options. And so I'm going to teach you how they make that money. And then you can do it yourself if you want. I mean, that's what's really cool about options. I mean, you can just let them trade your money for you, and, or you can go in and do it yourself. So that's fun too. So that's what's really great about it. I love to trade options. And so that's why I kind of like the UBI course, because, in these high yield funds, because they trade options the way I do. So I understand exactly what they're doing, and it helps a lot to understand what's going on. All right. All right. So that's the class. And that's what I needed to tell you for as far as class. Oh, and I guess that's good for now. All right, let's get rocking and rolling in here. We're going to come in here. We only got a few minutes. Market's going to close in 45 minutes. So I'm going to go down to let's do the Russell. We did the Russell on the range bar 12. All right, there it is. There's what the Russell's been doing. Now we're coming into power hour. And so that's power hour. You can see it started to move, started to get a little bit wild and crazy here. At the first few minutes, this is all dead market, isn't it? It's not been doing much. Really quiet down through here. So that was a quiet stage. Probably been really hard to make money in there. Might not have made any money in there. You probably lost a lot of money trying to trade that. But now it's starting to trend a little bit. That's what we wait for. We wait for market to start to move. If you come back here, you can say, oh, well, the market started to move through here. Made a nice little 3-drive pattern. You can see that. Drive 1, drive 2, drive 3. Once it gets up to the 3rd drive, don't want to trade anymore. The odds are, just like on the fairway at the carnival game, the odds are that you're not going to win. So once it gets to the top of the 3rd drive, don't trade anymore. And then it just kind of died all through here, right? Oh, and then right through here, when was this? Oh, this was really nice. It started to trend down here at 8:30 in the morning. Then it started to go through 3 more drive pattern. Drive 1, drive 2, drive 3. Oh, it didn't break. So that is 1, 2, 3. There's 1, 2, 3. So it went all the way up there. It went all the way to there. So there's drive 1, drive 2. That drive 2 was a nice big drive, and then drive 3. Got up to the top. Is it going to go anymore? Nope. That's why odds say 3 drives, don't trade. All right. And then it went through the nice little ABC pattern down, and then it started to just die. And that's really traditional. These markets do that a lot. That's a really common pattern right there. Get your 3 drives, drive 1, drive 2, drive 3, a little ABC pattern in here, and then that's it. And then it goes sideways. That's common. Just remember that. Once it makes that little ABC backwards, then it's done. So this is your Fibonacci ruler from the low to the high. Comes back into that Fibonacci sweet spot. Look at that. It came right back down to 50%, just like a train on rails. Touched it just like it was a little hot plate right there. Oh my hell, it just touched it just right on the number, and then bounced and went back off. Remember I told you how it does that sometimes? You're just like, oh my gosh, it went right exactly to 50%. How come it did that? Well, it did that because computers make it do that. All right. Computers are trading, and so they know where the 50% retracement is, and they'll bring the market right to those numbers and turn it around and release it and let it go the other way. That's how they do it. So that's why it works. With the more and more computers that start to trade, the more and more predictable markets become. Pretty cool, right? So now that we got lots of computers trading the markets, they become a little bit more predictable. They kind of all do basically the same thing. They accumulate, buy down here. They sell all the way up the trend. Then they release and down the market flushes. That's just how they do it, right? They buy low, sell high. Who's buying all the way up? Retail traders. They're buying all the way up. Who's selling all the way up? The big hedge funds and market managers, right? They sell out to the retail traders as they go up. So that's what we call building an upside down pyramid versus building a low down pyramid. A solid pyramid is going to have a strong base at the bottom, meaning they have their dollar cost averages all the way down here, meaning they've been accumulating shares all the way down through the trend. So as it comes along, they accumulate. And then when the market takes off, they run the market like that. And then they start to sell out all of the shares that they've been buying all the way down. So they got a nice, big, strong base down in here with lots of shares. And so now as the market starts to run, what do? They start to sell out, sell all up here. Who's buying? We are. Stupid retailers. Buy. And so what do? We build what we call an upside down pyramid, right? We build an upside down pyramid. So our pyramid looks like this. So we come in here and we start to buy at the bottom with a small quantity, and by the time we get to the top, we got a whole bunch of shares. So our pyramid looks like this, and all of our dollar cost average is up there. So all of our order price is up here. All the market has to do is drop that far, and we lose all our money. So this little retracement back down to 50%, that's how they take all your money, because you have dollar cost averaged all the way up, buying. This is the most important thing I can teach you right here. I know it hasn't got anything to do with orders, and that's what we're supposed to be doing, but I got kind of carried away. This is the absolute most important thing I can teach you right here. This is why we say buy low, sell high. Everybody knows to buy low, sell high, but we don't do it, do we? We always buy all the way up an uptrend. We buy more. Oh, it's going up. I'll buy more. And we do that. And we buy all the way up the uptrend. And then our average price, we dollar cost average in, we end up with an average price. It's way up here to the very top of the pyramid. We build an upside down pyramid. So what's that called? All right. And so then again, all the market has to do is barely flush out, and we lost everything. Everything we had, it's gone. Flush. Why is it gone, Len? Because your dollar cost average keeps bringing up. Every time you buy one, then, I got more money. I'll buy two. I'll buy three. I'll buy four. I'll buy five. And you keep buying more. I got all this money. Oh, look at me. I'm making all this money. I'm so rich beyond my wildest dreams. Boom. The market goes this far. Boom. And you're out. You lost everything. That's why they do it to you. Okay. Don't do that. It's easier said than done. I know, because you want to buy all the way up that trend. And if you're smart, you can buy and sell. It's always what I say. Take profits along the way, so that what you're doing is you're not building if you're going to buy all the way up the uptrend, take profits along the way, so you're not building a pyramid. Build what we call a pillar. All right. Build a pillar. So as you buy, then sell, and buy and then sell, and buy and then sell, buy and sell. Don't just sit there and accumulate a big, huge position. Buy and take profits all the way up the trend if you're going to buy up a trend. All right. That's how you do it. Or you could do what these guys do, which is to buy all the way down in here and then just sell out all the way up the trend. That's what the big speculators do. All right. The hedge funds. Now they'll do a little bit of this too. That's how they keep the market going in their favor. All right. But the name of the game is to not build an upside down pyramid. Just don't do that, whatever you do. All right. Okay. So now let's go, and we're in here looking at the, we got the zigzag turned on. Let's tune that in. Look at that beautiful zigzag pattern. It's going to go in there. Oh, it is. It's right there, isn't it? Right on the edge. That little zigzag right in there. It's not breaking. So let's come over here to the end of the market. Let's go see where we're at. Oh, look at this market go. Holy cow, that thing's on fire. All right, so let's come in here and let's simplify this right now. Let's remove the zigzag. Let's remove the parabolic SAR. And we're just going to use this very simple little structure. All right. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to see the market's on a rise, and it has a trailing stop. So let's say we want to buy this market. Okay. It's getting up there pretty high, right? It's getting scary, right? The odds of this thing continuing much higher is pretty low. So you've got to keep that in mind, right? The odds as it goes higher and higher and higher and higher and higher is pretty low. It gets smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. That's going to keep doing that. It's eventually going to get a flush down, right? Get a little bit of a pullback. It might turn and go back up again. That's a little ABC pattern, but this is really getting a big rally right here. Eventually, it's going to flush back down. Okay, so we don't know where that's going to be. It's going to probably cross those little. It's going to probably cross those little green dots, right? Eventually. So let's say that we want to first, let's say just the simplest strategy is we want to get in and we want to have a trailing stop on that green dot. So what we do is we hit buy market, right? This is the manual method, stop. We come in here, we drop our stop under here. Doesn't matter where, just to edit, because you're just going to tell it to trail on the little ATR dots. So you come in here and hit OK. Then we did this on Monday, right? Very simple, no sweat. Now you got a little trailing stop to protect you if you're wrong. And if the market continues to rise, you're going to make money. Okay, we're up $15. Exit chart. We just hit exit chart. Now I'm going to show you how to automate that. All right, we're going to come in here. We're just going to do it on QOCO1. We're going to make this button do something special for us. We're going to make it do exactly what we just did, only automated. So all we have to do is just press one button and it does it. So we're going to come in here and we're going to say, we're going to right click on the QOCO1 button and we're going to add a new QOCO preset. So we're going to come in here. And of course, I've already got one in here, but we're going to build a new one, all right, for you guys. So we're going to come in here. I like to give them numbers. You can do it however you want. You can give them names. You can give them numbers. This little name up here it doesn't mean anything except for to you. It doesn't. That's just a name. So you can make it whatever you want. I like to give it a number, or we can give it a name and a number. Or we can give it a name and a blessing. Give it whatever you want. All right. So we're going to come in here. I'm going to say this is pound because at my age, that's called a pound. At your age, it might be called what do they call those? Hashtags. Hashtag. Let's do it since this is YouTube and it's UTU. We're going to go UTU YouTube 1. All right. So it's a hashtag UTU YouTube 1. YouTube gets too long. Let's just go UTU 1. Actually, I like to give it a number. So let's do what? No, let's go and see what numbers we've already got. So we don't use one that's already used. 1, 2. Scalp 7. Oh, we got all kinds of numbers that are okay. We can come in here. Let's go in here and we'll add a new QOCO. We're going to go up to let's start with like let's start with like hashtag 20. We'll start with numbers 20. All right, hashtag 20, and this is going to be a market order. So we're going to make a MKT. I'm just going to abbreviate market. And then I'm going to say it's going to be a buy market. So we're going to be a market buy, and we're going to put a stop. All right, we're going to put our stop at 25 back, 25 ticks back, and we're going to go. I'm not going to put a limit order on this one. We're just going to go stop 25 back, and we're going to trail on the ATR. Very simple, right? All we're going to do is going to hit the market order, and it's going to set a stop 25 back, and then it's going to jump and trail on the ATR. How's that? That's exactly what we just did. So we're going to come in here and say buy market. Now we're going to program it in. Buy market, and we're going to attach the stop. We're going to put the stop at 25 because we set up here 25. And attach a limit. We're not going to have a limit, so we're just going to make that 0. Okay, 0. And then we're going to come down here, and since these are all parts of other things like trailing stops and jump stops and jump stop trails and all that kind of stuff, just forget all that. All right, very simple. All we're going to do is hit buy market and have an auto trailing stop. We're going to make that good till day, or these are day trading, so we're going to make it a day trade. We're going to come in here and hit OK. That's it. Very simple stuff. Now all I have to do is you can see I have number 20 in my drop down. Now I have all my orders in here. I can make any button be anything I want. They're all in the same list. So you just select the one you want that button to be. We want this button to be number 20. Okay. And it's a buy market stop 25. So it's a market order. It's a buy market. So we're going to come in here. All I have to do now is just hit that button. Boom. Just like that. And just exactly like we did before manually by dropping the market order, hitting the market order button, and then dropping the stop in here. This thing has automatically done all this for us. Now, it dropped the stop at 25, and it's going to trail. Let's see. What did I do wrong? Did I do something wrong? Oh, I did. I didn't tell it how to trail. It's just sitting there at 25. I'm like, why didn't it jump to my green dot? So let's clear all this out. We're going to delete this, and we're going to clear this. Delete, close. Land screwed up. Okay, so we're going to come in here, and we go like this, and we're going to come down, and we're going to go edit. We gotta modify one. There we go. All right, and we got to tell it to trail. So we're going to do a buy market attach stop, and we got to have the stop trail. How come it's not? Oh, down here, trail on the ATR. I forgot to tell it to trail. This is trail for entry. All right, stop entry. So I got to do stop exit. So there we go. There's where we got to tell it. Right there, trail ATR stop. Now we don't have to have a number over here because we're not trailing bars back or anything. It's just going to trail right there. Now we're good. So I got that trailing stop. So I said okay, and now we're going to hit okay, and there you go. See that? Now we get into the market, and it automatically puts the stop order in there and trails up behind until it exits out. And that's just all you have to do. Very simple. Okay. So next time you get a little buy arrow, you just hit that little QOCO1 button. Boom, it'll just automatically get you into the market, automatically set the trailing stop on the green dot, and away you go. You magic. Very simple. Okay. Let's do a sell stop. What if the market's going to go down? We want to make money going down too, Lan. All right, well, let's come in here and do that on this one. So we'll come in here, and we'll go add new QOCO2, and we're going to make it a 20. So hashtag 20, and it's also going to be a market order, and we're going to make it be a sell market order. Sell, and we're also going to put the stop just like we did before, 25 back. Now, depending on which market you're using, you can put it as far back as you want. 25 though, if you're going to have it jump to the ATR, it's just going to drop at 25 and then immediately jump to the ATR. So whether it's 25 or 50, it's kind of irrelevant at this point. 25, and we're going to go and we're going to trail ATR just like that. It's just so easy. Now we're going to come in here and make this a sell and trail on the ATR. There we go. Just like that. Now we programmed in 2 buttons to automatically trade. Now, can I come in here and click? Let's get out of this, exit chart. Now, can I come in here and right now click this number 20 market sale? I can, but is it going to trail the ATR? No, because the ATR is on the wrong side of the market for a sell. The ATR needs to be on the top above the market for a trailing stop. So if I click that right now, sure, it's going to put me in, but look where it put the, it kind of was like, wait a second, this thing's all screwed up. That's not the way it's supposed to be, right? Because you didn't wait for the setup properly. Again, remember, you have to have tools work kind of in a special way. So we're going to come in here, and this is the buy market. Let's go to the sell market, and it's, oh, what happened here? Oh, I forgot to put this in properly. So we're going to go to 25. See, even land screws up. 0. There we go. Now we're back to, this should work now. Okay, now watch. Now what happens? So now when I hit sell, boom. Okay, it puts the stop up there. It gets us in short, but there's no green dot for it to jump to. The green dot's on the wrong side of the market. Remember, a buy stop has to be above the market, but the green dots are below the market. So it can't jump to the green dots because they're below the market. And its rule is that a buy stop can only be above the market. Remember that? So what's going to happen? Well, it'll sit there at 25 because that's where we told it to go until the green dot jumps to the other side of the market. Then it'll jump to the green dot. If you want to do it that way, it's kind of weird. We'd wait till the green dot is already on that side. Then we would click and then it would jump to the green dot immediately. But right now it's going to wait for the green dot to go on the side that it's on. Then it can jump to it. Make sense? Kind of makes sense, doesn't it? All right. So I screwed up a couple of the setups, but hopefully that shows you that you can screw up a couple of the setups and not break the software. You just go back and fix it. All right. And that's why we do it in a demo account until we practice with it and practice, make sure it's working, and then we can go into the real money account. So that's a buy market, stop 20, trail ATR. That's real simple. That's like the best strategy right there in the whole world. I mean, you can just do that. That's level 1. You don't have to do anything else. Just do that. Just do that. That's all you have to do. Make money. Do that. All right. Okay. You'd be wiser to do it on the right side of the market. I mean, the market's still bullish right now because the little green dot's on the underside. All right, so let's do some other stuff. Let's come in here. Let's exit this out. Let's come in here and create another one. Should we do another strategy? Let's do a little bit more complicated than that. Let's come in here. Let's actually just modify this one to be a little bit more complicated. Okay, let's go into number 20, market buy side. We're going to come in here and we're going to go edit existing 20 market buy side. We're going to do that. This is the same one we just worked with. Let's put a limit order on it though. What's a limit order? Well, a limit order would take a profit, right? Generally speaking, we use stop orders to get us out if we're wrong and limit orders to get us out when we're right. In this scenario, we can do other things, all right? Because we can use open stops and then get us in with a stop. But in this case, we're using a buy market. So we're already in the market. We're going to use a stop to get us out if we're wrong and a limit order to get us out if we're right. Well, how much do you want to make? How much money do you want? We're going to risk 25, not really, because we're going to jump to the green dots. But we can say, I want to make 50 ticks. Okay, 50 ticks. We know that in this market, the Russell, each tick is $5. So 5 times 50, $250, right? So, that's a lot. Let's just make $100. Well, that would be 10. So we need to go 10 ticks, right? Five. Each tick is $5. So we need to go $10 to make $100. Okay, make $100. Put a limit at 10. Make $100. Oh, I got a commission of $5. So let's go in there and let's do 11. All right. So we can make an extra $5. But I got to get in and out, pay 5 on both sides. Oh, okay. Then let's do 12. So now we'll make $100 and we'll have enough money to pay commissions, 5 in, 5 out. How's that? Very cool. So now what we're going to do is we got to put that in here. We're going to come in here and say we got a limit order at 12. There you go. So that's all there is to it. Now we come in here and we go, okay. And now, since this is the buy market and the market looks like it wants to go down, but it's still on that side, so we can still do it. Okay, let's come in here and we're going to pop that in there. Boom, just like that. And look at that. Now we've got our order is long. It jumped to the green. The stop jumped automatically to the green, and it'll get us out with $100 when it touches that little blue line. That's it. That's all there is to it. Make $100. You're done for the day. $100 makes the doctor go away. Right? And if you're wrong right here, it's going to go down and touch the little green dot and just get you out, and you take a small loss. And then you're like, well, next time I have to might do 2 of these to cover my small loss and make my $100. Okay, we'll do that then. Right? So then you just sit here because it's going to take care of everything. It'll move the stop for you. It'll get you out when you make your $100. That's all you have to do. That's trading. It's boring. Okay. Sit here and, I don't know, drink some water. Wait for it to give you $100. All it has to do is touch that little purple line right there. a little blue line, that little blue triangle right there, and it'll give you $100. Blow it up, Lynn. I can't see it very good. Okay, here we go. Make it blow it up. Bigger, bigger, bigger. Oh, there it was. Yeah, there's your $100. And of course, we had a couple losses in there from goofing off. Now we're up $25. That's it. There you go. You just made $100. How's that? Do it again, Lynn. Do it again. Okay, well, it's really hard. I have to come over here and click that button again. Woo, just like that. Now, if the market doesn't go up, you're going to lose money. But if it does go up, then you're going to make money. You just have to, again, I told you, 20% of our time is how to trade. 80% of the time is when to trade. When to trade? When the market's going up, do buys. When the market's going down, do sales. That's how you do it. All right. And it tells you when to go up because the little green dots on the bottom side. If the little green dots on the upside, hit the sell one. Now, the sell one doesn't have a profit on it. It'll just keep going and going and going and going until it turns around and hits the little green dot. So if you want to put a profit on it, put a profit on it. So I want, okay. Come in here to number 2, come down here and say, oh, this one has a limit 12 on it. Oh, this is the wrong one. Wait a second. Why do we have profit 12? Oh, that's the one we're already doing because that's the buy market. We want to do sell market. So we're going to come down here to sell market. That's buy market. There's sell market. We're going to put a limit on this one too. I'm going to limit my profits to 12. Give me $100. So put 12 in there. So I'm going to limit my profit potential to 12. That's what that really means. All right. Limit my profit potential to 12. Well, what if I want to make more than that? Well, limit your profit potential to a larger number. Or don't limit it at all and just let it trail all the way out on the yellow green dot till it crosses the green dot. You could do that too. Just take your limit off altogether like we had before. All right, so let's go in there and hit OK. All right, we're still long. Our stop is at the green dot. We're waiting for it to go up. If it doesn't go up and goes down and hits our green dot, well, we get out with small loss. Then we have to do it again, make more money to cover our loss. Market really slowed down after it goes up, makes that big, less and less and less and less likely that it's going to continue to rise, right? It's the odds of that continuing up once it starts going up, less and less and less. So now we're just waiting to see if it'll go up some more because that was the example we used. All right, now you just sit here and talk about the day. Well, it's nice and sunny here in St. George. I guess the weather is what's the weather here in St. George? Make you guys up north feel bad. We're having a balmy, it's 41 degrees in Logan. That's where my other house is. Let's see. In St. George, it's 60 degrees outside. It's so beautiful. Maybe go play some pickleball if you want to blow your knee out. Uh-oh. We just got stopped out with a small loss. Doggone it. Got a small loss. Now we just have to sit here and wait for another setup. I don't think it's going to go up. Or it might. If it does, like we just hit the buy, just hit the QCO1 button again, and it'll do it again. It'll set it up. But you don't want to just sit here and jump in and jump out, jump in and jump out when the market's dead like this, because it's a surefire way to give up your money to somebody else. All right. So we're just going to wait until a good opportunity comes along. And in the meantime, I don't know, surf the web, look at Twitter, whatever you do, and you just kind of sit and waiting for the market. You can go look at a different market. I got to get a good idea. Let's go look at a different market. Let's go over here and look at the Dow. So we'll come over to a range bar 12 on the Dow. Maybe it's moving, but usually the indexes kind of all move about the same. But we'll see. We'll come in here. I can ASHI. Oh, look, it's going up a little bit better. It's already started to go up. This one's kind of being the little leader. That means the Russell probably go up again too, because it kind of likes to follow. So let's come in here and we'll hit that little QOCO again. There we go. Kind of cool, right? So now that one's working. We can come over and look at the Dow again. That one's going to work in the background. What about this one, Lan? Well, it's already taken off. You think it's going to go some more? I don't know. If you think it is, hit the little buy button. There you go. Now, if it goes up $100, you make $100. If it goes down, turns around, you'll lose $135. You can see over here on the math, it's got this one's only going to be $60 because it's on the Dow. So that 12 is going to be 12 ticks equals $60. We're down 30. And if it hits our stop, which is clear back here at the green dot, it's going to be a loss of $135. Now, you can do this on the micros too, so you're not trading such a big amount of money. If the $135 loss scares you, you You can take that off. So you can go trade the smaller market. Is there a micro? Oh, we have a micro right here in the NASDAQ. Let's go. It's a 1 minute chart. Let's go on to the range bar 12. Range bar 12 on a NASDAQ micro might be a little fast. We'll have to wait and see. We're going to turn on the Heikin-Ashi. It moves a lot faster. Oh, it's already on the way down. We missed our arrow. I can't sit and wait for an arrow. If I have to sit and wait for an arrow, it's going to be 15, 20 minutes, and then we just sit around and talk about the weather. I have to trade more often here than what you're going to trade. Take that into consideration. Lion's just jumping in and out to show you how the software works and what you're going to expect. All right. I'm not trading. I'm not telling you when to trade right now. I'm teaching you how to trade. The when is, well, you can see the when. It's where these little arrows are. All right. That's the when. Or little breakouts from red to green. You can trade where there's no arrows too if you want to. If you know that this is, this is the trend and this is the counter trend, and then you see that starting to take off in the trend. Like, that's what I like to do. I like to watch the little patterns. So I'll get in right here even though there's no arrow. In the beginning, you don't have to do that. Just wait for an arrow and then do it. Do what you want. That's what I do. I do what I want. Okay, now we're going to come in here. It's starting to go down. Oh, quick. Ah, you're missing it, Lan. Ah, doggone it. I'm so damn slow. I didn't have my tabs all open and I missed. I could have been in a lot earlier than that. Oh, well. Now it's going to have to just move farther for me to make money. I don't like it to have to move farther. I like to get it as quick as I can as soon as I see that switch over. And as soon as those dots are still close to the green bar, because that's smaller risk. So if I'm wrong, then I take a bigger risk. I take a bigger loss. If I'd have got in a little sooner, I wouldn't have had as big a loss. Now it's going up. Here I am talking and I'm missing the arrow. Okay, so what are we going to do here to solve that problem? I got an idea. Let's have a trailing stop with an open trailing stop so that when it does cross those green dots, it'll just get me in automatically and I don't have to sit here and hit buy market, buy, sell market all the time. I can just say, hey, look, when it crosses the green dots, get me in. How's that? Oh, my goodness, that's a good idea. Let's set this button up here. We're going to come in here and we're going to make this another 20. So we're going to come in here and we're going to add QOCO presets. We're going to add a new one and we're going to call this one still part of our same strategy. So we're going to do a strategy 20. Only this one is going to be this is going to be a stop. We're going to use a stop order and we're going to make it, let's try to keep it the same. Stop. And then we're going to say, this is going to be a buy stop. All right. A buy. We're going to buy with a stop. And then we're going to put a stop at 25, just like we did before. So we're going to buy with a stop. We're going to get out with a stop. And then we're going to trail on the ATR, just like before. And then we're going to put a limit order in here to take us off at 12. Now, on the Dow, that's only $60. On the Russell, 12 was, what do we say, $100, 115, so that we could have some commissions covered. Oh, this is the NASDAQ, so it's actually bigger. So, but that's okay. You realize it's just going to be different prices. So now we're going to come in here and we're going to make a 20. We're going to do a buy stop with a stop at 25, and we're going to put a limit at 12, just like we did before. Limit our profits to 12. And, we got to make this a stop. So we got to come in here and make that a stop. Okay, so stop with a limit at 12. And now we're going to come down here and we're going to trail. We have to tell it where to trail. So actually, we're going to tell it to trail our entry. So we got to trail our entry on the ATR. And we're going to trail our exit on the ATR too. We're going to trail both of them on the ATR. So that's our entry. See, it says entry right there. And then here it says exit. It says exit. This is trail exit. Okay. And we're just going to do that a trade, and we'll do this like I think that all works just fine. Now when we hit OK, now watch this. Now when I hit that one, it's not going to get me into the market. I'm going to click it. It's going to drop it at the middle. Remember, just like on Monday, it just puts it dead center in the middle. And now when I bring my mouse onto the screen, it's going to jump to it, and I can move all three of those orders. Look at that. I move all three of those orders because it's a system above or below the market, above or below. Once I click the left mouse button, it's going to send all three of those to Chicago. All right, because we're in the Chicago exchanges, or if I'm down here, and those are all set up as one. They all three go in on one ticket. That's pretty cool, right? Bring this one down here. So what do I think the market's going to do? I'm going to intercept it. This is the intercept order. That's why it's an open stop. So these are QOTO. One triggers other. Okay, now we're missing our opportunity to get in short here. Okay, now we're going to catch the long side. So we got to go above. We always got to drop this system on the dots, wherever the green dots are. If the green dots are above, we have to drop this one here above, like that. So we're going to click it, Boom, sends that up to Chicago. What does it do? Now we have 3 orders. They're called OTO orders. So this is open, stop open, meaning that it's not an order and it doesn't cost you a commission until the market touches it, crosses over it, intercepts it. And then we belong the market. So we're looking, there we go. Now we got a stop order, which is sitting at 20. Oh, and it already made us our money. So we already made money on that. That was fast. So close position, that made us it only gave us $6. Oh, because we're in the micro. We're in the micro. If that was in the big one, it would have been $60. But since we're in the micro, it's only $6. But we only risk $7, $8, $10, right? So you playing the tinies. We're playing the tinies right now. But that's okay. Watch this. We're going to do it again. Okay, so we're going to click 3. It's got an open stop. I got to be below the market because that's where the dots are. If I was above the market, it wouldn't work because the dots are below the market. I got to be on the side where the dots are. And if it's spiky dikey doing right now, I don't want to drop it either. I want to wait till it looks like it's going to go. Okay, I can drop it. Okay, so now it's going to intercept the market when it turns around and starts to fall. So I want to wait until that market gets into a really high really highly likely that it's going to flush down, right? Because it's going to trail up behind the market until it turns and catches the intercept to come down. So I don't want to be in it if it looks like it's going to be going up like that. I want to wait till it looks like it's going to come down to drop this on the little green dots. Get that intercept order coming down. Okay. Right now it's going up. And now these 2 orders on the outside, because they're OTOs, means they're not active. They're just ghosts. They're little ghosts sitting there. If you look at them here on Track and Trade, you probably can't see it on YouTube, but I can see it on my screen. They're little outlines. They're not actually solid lines. They're dotted lines. So I can see they're ghosted, all right? Meaning that they're not active. And so if the market touches it, if it goes up there and touches it without having this be active, it won't do anything. Just go right through it. Now, we hit the order. It put us in short. So that almost stopped us out. This is our stop order. Remember, we put the stop order at 25 ticks. So if it keeps going up, it's going to stop us out. Okay. Oh, stopped us out and we lost some money. We lost $12 because it got us in to the short. It intercepted to the downside, but then the market turned and shot right back up again. So we had to stop in our limit and we lost money. That's how it works. Okay. So this is kind of choppy. This market's not real smooth. This is choppy. So choppy probably means this is a counter trend. Let's try it again. Let's do it one more time. We'll just drop it in there. You can see how it works. So now notice I dropped it below the market. So I put it on the screen, click the left mouse button, boom, it jumps right to the little green dots, sets all 3 orders on one ticket, and all 3 orders will sit there and move until we get the intercept. It's going to turn around, hit the sell stop order. Now we're in the market short. Now we need the market to go down 12 ticks to take our profit and give us some money. In this case, $6. All right. Now we got the stop up there. Stop, jump to the little green dot. There we go. We just made $6. See that? Now you have to pay your commissions out of that $6. So it's not going to be $5, but it's not going to be 10 times smaller than the commissions either. So usually when you trade micros, you don't scalp like this because there's not enough money in the moves to make you enough money to cover your commissions. This is kind of something you want you can practice here on the micros so that when you practice to get good at it, if you're practicing with real money, right? You don't want to lose a bunch of money practicing. So you practice in the other markets. All right. So the market's going down. Now we're going to try and capture the reverse and going back up. So we'd do it again. We drop it above. We only need 1. You don't need a buy and a sell actually with a stop. So we can come in and modify this because it doesn't really need, if we're going to do stops, it's buy up above and sell below. So we can get rid of the buy in there. It's just that's the market order. I grabbed the wrong one. Just cancel that. And here we're going to do the stop order. 20 stop by stop. By stop. Yeah, okay. We don't need to actually put that in there. Buy. Because the stop order is going to be buy or sell, either one, whichever side we put it on. Because that's the rule of the order, right? So we don't need to have buy sell. Buy sell is only for market orders. Stop order, limit orders, it's just whatever side you put the market order on. All right, this is really cool. Look at this. Now, okay, we got in and we intercepted. If the market turns around and goes back up, we make money. If it turns around and flushes back down, we lose. Okay, look, we made another $6. That would have been $60 in the bigger market. So we've been $60. So we'd be back up because we lost $12.50. That would have been $125. So now we're back, trying to get our money back. Get back itis. All right. So that's the name of the game. You just have to get good at knowing where it's going to go up and down. How far is it going to go? Well, you just take your profits off. You want more money? Well, don't put a limit order on there, or make your limit order out farther. Watch this. We'll come in here and do this little trick. Let's come in here and we'll modify it again. This is the stop. Let's put our out here. Let's say we're going to put it at 25. All right. Or even go 50. Let's go 50 and we'll make it 50 here. Now watch what happens when we do that. Now we come in here and we click this one. We drop it in there. Boom, just like that. Here, why don't I make this bigger? Let's see if I can get this down here. But oh, you can still see my gains. All right, so now we're doing the exact same thing. We're going to intercept to the downside, and the limit is down here. Now you can use more quantities too, right? Don't forget, we're just doing one. You can do 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, however many you want. All right, now we're going to come in here. Now we're going to do an intercept. Market's going up. We're going to wait for it to turn and come back down. And we're going to do the intercept order. So we're just going to sell. Now remember, these are OTOs, so they're not active. They're ghosted. The only one that's active is this one here, and it doesn't activate those until it gets filled. Once it gets filled, those two become active. Boom. They become active. But right now, they just sit there and travel along. Okay, we got filled. Okay, see, it came down and filled our order. You notice that oftentimes the market goes up, comes down, spiky dikey does these orders and fills, and then starts going back up again. Does that a lot. We got a strategy to take advantage of that. I kind of touched on it on Friday or on Monday. So maybe we can automate that one too before the class is over. I'll show you that neat little trick. All right. So we got to put it in again. We just lost. So intercept to the downside. And now we're going to see if it's going to turn and fall. Now remember, I'm not telling you when to trade. I'm just teaching you right now. The when to trade is being more strategic about it. Right? Well, I got to wait until I get 3 drives, and at the top of the 3rd drive pattern, that's where I'm going to turn it around and watch it fall. Or, I'm going to catch the next rise. It's going down, it flipped over. I'm going to catch the next rise on an ABC pattern. Be wise about it. Use the patterns that we've got to do the intercepts. I'm just teaching you now the 20% of how to do it, not when to do it. I'm not teaching you when to do it. I'm teaching you how to do it. All right. So when you come over here, remember all these slides, all these patterns. All these patterns that we talk about in here. This is when to do it, right? All I'm doing now is teaching you how to do it. So we're looking for the market to fall right here and flush back down. And I want to do it because I want to show you what to do with this sitting out here at 50. Because if you wait for it to go to 50, yeah, you can make the money if it goes all the way to 50. But what if it doesn't go to 50? What if it goes halfway? What if it goes to 25 and looks like it's going to turn around and start going back up at 25? Well, it's really easy. Let's wait for it to come to see if it'll come down just a little bit more, and then I can show you. Okay, you're like, okay, I want to take my profits, Land. How do I? Oh no, I want to take my. I think it's going to go back up. Okay, just slide that up, just like that. Boom, it takes you out. Okay, you can just grab your limit order and slide it up. See how we did that? Okay, we think it's going to go back up. We just click it, drop it here. We'll intercept to the long side again. If we think it's going to go back up. What if I think it's going to go down? What if I want to bracket the market, Land? Well, it's going to go up or down. You could set that up too. Now, these work off of little indicators, so you'd have to set that one up manually, but I think we could do that. All right, now we're going to intercept to the long side again because the dots are above, so it needs to reverse. Oh, geez, that was the 10-minute bell. Always remember, 10-minute bell, the market's going to go crazy. Oh, look, we made $25 on it. Nonetheless, market always goes crazy at the 10-minute bell. Why? Because that's when all the other computers get shut off. Right? They always turn off all their computers at the 10-minute bell, and that's why the market went crazy. So now a lot of the computers are not trading. This is just the last 10 minutes, which are mostly not computers. Now, some computers get turned on for the last 10 minutes. So that's also something that you have to take into consideration. A lot of guys will just trade the last 10 minutes with their computerized systems. Okay, we're short again. See if it goes. It's going to go. If it doesn't go, we're going to get stopped out. Now you say, I've got too big of a risk. 28 ticks is too big, Land. I want to risk less. Well, put it closer then. I don't care. Do what you want. Practice. Okay, jump to the little green dots. The green dot's too close, Land. Well, scoot the little green dots farther away then. It's up to you. These are all settings that can be user defined, right? You make dots close. You make little dots a long ways away. It doesn't matter. Wherever you want to put them. I like them. 6 seems to be good for me. 6 or 7. I like 6 and 7 when the market's moving good. Okay. Oh, it's going to go. Let's just get our intercept going here. We got 10 minutes. Let's automate the next little strategy. All right, let's come in here. Now we're going to turn on another indicator. I know it's getting a little bit more complicated. That's all right. But just to give you a heads up of what we might do next week. All right. We're going to come in here and we're going to turn on a parabolic SAR. Parabolic SAR, I'm going to come in here, TNT defaults. So 2020, 22, we're going to make the dots bigger so we can see them. All right. So now we got a double system. See that? We got a double system. So what we're going to do, I want to kind of tighten those up a little the other way. Tighten them up just a little bit. Is that going to help me? Yeah, that kind of. We'll try. That looks good right now. We'll dial them in a little bit. I don't know. Maybe we'll go this way. I'm not getting any headway with that. Let's go this way. I'm trying to move those dots, and there's three variables that change those dots. And let's go back to TNT defaults. I'm trying to make it so that they're just a little bit tighter. That's good. We'll go 30. Okay. Now what we want to do is we want to make it so that one order is trailing on the green dots and the other order is trailing on the red dots. So we'll do two at a time. So now what we're going to do is we're going to come back over to our trading tab, and we're going to need 2 tabs for this. So I'm going to go give me 2 tabs. So I got 4 and 5 now. Let's give it a different number because it's a different strategy. So we're going to come in here, and this is going to be hashtag 50, right? So hashtag 50, and we're going to have this one be a stop order, and it's going, actually, we're going to make it a limit order, and we're going to have the limit order trail on the, and it's just going to be a limit order that trails on the ATR, a trailing limit. So we're going to put this as a limit order, and it's going to trail, and can I do this? How am I going to do this? And I want to have the stop trail. I want to have this trail on the ATR. All right. Oh, we might only need one. I might be able to do this all in one. We're not going to put a limit order. So the limit order is going to be left blank. We're just going to have a 50 limit trail ATR with a stop 50. Let's go 25. And we're going to trail the stop on the PSAR. Let's see if we can do it all on one ticket. I want to see if we can do this all on one ticket. All right, ATR, and we're going to come down here and trail on the PSAR. There we go. All right, so this is going to be really cool and fun. So we're going to attach the stop. The limit is going to be, now we're going to put that further back. We're going to go, I said 25 back. ATR, PSR. Let's try it. Okay, we're going to give it a shot. Okay, here we go. I'm going to try and do it all on one ticket. We're going to come in here and we're going to drop this up here. And it's going to trail down on the limit order with a stop trailing on the PSAR. And it's set initially at 25. Well, that worked, but it wasn't exactly what I was looking for. What this strategy is going to do, the market's going too wild and crazy right now. What it's going to do, let's go do this on a different market. Let's go over to the Russell. And I forgot to look at the Russell and see how our order trade did. This is the Russell 12. It's a little slow. Let's change this over to Russell. Let's see if we can get a Russell. That's the 12. Let's make a Russell 6 in here. And now we're going to change this over to Russell 6. We're just, you can do this. Just come and practice and play and change things and see if you can come up with something that you like. But I'm going to show you the kind of this one. I want to see if we can make this one work on the same ticket. So here we go. 50 limit trail. Why didn't it like it? Order custom ODI limit. You will need to turn on PSA. Oh, we don't have that PSAR on. Well, that makes sense. Okay, so chart overlays PSAR. All right, and we're going to make that TNT defaults, and I'm going to make this a little bigger so we can see it. All right, I think I'm not, in the interest of time, I think we had that set at 30. Was it that one that we had it set at 30 or the other one? Let's go with this one. Yeah, we'll set this one at 30. 30. It's a little closer, just so I don't lose as much money. This is the mini, it's not the micro. So, all right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to drop this in. We're going to wait for the, okay, that's good. So it's going to trail on the limit. So what this is going to do is, you notice how we sometimes get spiky dikey dude out? The market kind of pops up, hits our order, stops us out only to flush again. Well, this time, instead of catching for an intercept, we're going to catch for an additional of the trend. So now it's sitting back here at 25 ticks, but it's going to jump down to the little red dots as soon as this order gets filled. But if the market goes up, it's going to hit a limit order, get us in short, and so the market have to turn and fall again, which is if you get spiky dikey dude out, that happens all the time. And then the market turns and you just lose money. So that kind of sucks. So in this strategy, what it's going to do is it's going to spiky dikey do us into the market, not out. Spiky dikey do us into the market, and then we're going to hope that it turns and flushes again, and then our trailing stop will just trail down on that yellow dot. Now we could put a limit order on this too. We could get really fancy. I think we could do it all in one ticket. Let's come in here, go to 50, and we could put a limit order in here. Let's put the limit order in here at 50, and we'll say comma LMT 50. All right, so now we're going to go like that. Now, next time we drop it, we'll have a limit order down here for a profit. And of course, it'll be an OTO, so it won't be active. It'll be a ghost, just like this one here is currently a ghost. So the only way we're going to get this filled is if the market spiky dikey does us out and then continues to flush in our direction. And we get that a little bit more on weaker markets. On more trendy markets, then you're kind of like, oh, damn it, I wish I would have just taken the arrow. So this one, we're looking for it to come back, hit our order, and then keep dropping. It doesn't look like it wants to do it. It's flushing out 4 minutes before the market closes. Now, of course, we're in the futures market, so this market doesn't actually close for another hour. But because the stock market in New York closes, and these are actually a stock index, it will significantly slow down its volatility and movement. We'll be trading in the after hours. Okay, it's not after hours on the futures. It's just when it is. The futures market doesn't have after hours, but the stock market does. And so you just have to be aware that it's trading on the after hours over in the stock market. And since this is a stock index, it's going to be affected by that. All right. This would be really cool if it just come back up and spike us out. Of course, it might reverse, just go up, and then we'd get stopped out on the red dots because that range 6 bar, this here would jump to the red dots, and then we just lose between the green dots and the red dots. That's your risk. Okay. Now it's way up here because it's just waiting. It's waiting for this order to get filled, and then it'll start to trail. It'll jump right to the red dots. See if it'll work. See if it'll work. See, it moved all by itself. See how it just, now all you have to do is sit here and look at the weather, read your email. You kind of want to keep your eye on it, though. It's kind of like when you're driving your Tesla, right? It's full self-driving, but it's supervised self-driving. All right. Okay, we're getting down here. You can see the red dot and the green dots are coming very close. This is like a setup for a reversal. Oh. You want to kind of put this strategy on when the dots are a long ways away from each other because it's more likely to do it there. When you get these dots to come close together like that, it's more of a reversal pattern than a spiky dikey do. So we just got in and out of that. It reversed on us. So that kind of sucked. Let's see if we can get it to go one more time. Let's put it in there. Let's drop it in. See if we can't get spiky dikey dude out. Now the market's closed. So I don't know what's going to happen at this point. Now, usually when the market closes in, the market just dies to the point you can't do anything. You're just like, well, we come back and try again tomorrow. Sometimes you're like, turn those machines back on. I want to play some more. It's a good thing they turned the market off because if they didn't, I'd probably sit here 24 hours a day playing on it. Well, actually, 24 hours a day. These markets trade 24 hours a day, but they don't trend 24 hours a day. All right, so we got filled. Now we want it to turn and fall again. And our stop is on the red dots. So we want to trail down on the red dots, right? We're going to hope for right here, we're getting spiky dikey dude out. So spiky dikey dude, but we're getting spiky dikey dude in instead of spiky dikey dude out. Now we need the market to fall. All right. And we got a limit order down here. This is our profit taker down here. And we can move that anywhere we want. Well, if it comes down and just touches this low right here, I'd take some profits right there. You could do that if you wanted. Or you say, oh no, I want more money than that. I want it down here. Okay, well, it tells you over here, $200. Now we need it to turn and fall again. Otherwise, it's going to go up and get stopped out on the red dot. But that's pretty cool. I like that one. That's all on one ticket, and it does both stops and limit. Does your limit. It's a trailing limit. And it's, when markets are kind of weak, this is trending kind of nice right here. But when markets are weak and you get the little dots, scoot your dots in closer too. We could do that. We come in here with the little ATR and we'll scoot those dots in closer. We get more likely to get spiky dikey dude out in that case, wouldn't it? We'd put it on 5 or 4. Let's do 4. Let's do it one more time. I know the markets are closed, but we're having so much fun. I mean, this is really fun. Let's come in here and see if we can't get those red dots closer. Let's see if we can get those red dots in there closer. Yeah, that'll do it. There we go. Push those red dots down there. Bring the red dots in so we're not so far away. I don't know if that one does. It's too far out already. All right, we'll try that. All right, now we need the market to come down, hit our limit, fill our order to the long side, then keep going. So spiky dikey do us out. And then this order will trail up for the exit. Get the red dots too close, then it just comes down and stops us right out again. Okay, here we go. Spike us out, take our stop, which is actually our limit. Okay, get us into the market at the long side. There you go. Touch it, touch it, touch it, but don't keep going down. Just touch it. Just touch our order. Come on. Come on, you little snot. Markets are so dead now. Come on. You can do it. Just touch it, touch it, touch it, touch it. We want to see what it does. Okay, there we go. Oh, so close. Oh, there we go. Okay, now we're in the market long. Now our stop's down here on the red dots. Now if we got a nice big long run like that, we'd have got in. And then the red dots would get us out right at the peak. Right. So now we need it to turn and go this way. Come on, baby. So we got spiky dikey dude out on the little green dot. Now we just need it to continue to rally. Of course, this market's dead. The market's closed, so it's probably not going to do anything. Probably just sit there. Watch it turn around because we are in a downtrend, technically speaking, aren't we? Definition of a downtrend: lower highs and lower lows. So we're in a downtrend. So technically speaking, it'll probably go up now, turn around and flush and keep going back down in another downtrend. That'd be a nice little 3-drive pattern. Drive 1, counter trend, drive 2, counter trend, drive 3. But I'm not telling you when to trade. I'm just telling you how to trade. This could also be, you never know. This is not a head. It's a little double bottom down in there. Could be a little head and shoulders formation. Turn around. It'll be optimistic that maybe our long position is going to work out for us. This head, this little neckline. Come down here, make a little right shoulder. As long as it's above the red dots, we don't care. It's got to just stay above the red dots. Just stay above the red dots, buddy. All right, here we go. We're making money. All right. Starting to rally again. We're up $20. We got our trailing stop on the red dots. See that? And we got our limit out there. That's our profit taker. Oh, that's too far out. Look at how high these are. We'll bring it down. That's why we put it out there so far, so you could control it. You can put it in right here. If it comes up there, I'll make. Oh, well, what about down here? Oh, it's a weak market. Let's put it there. That'll make me $50. All right. Let's go up there and hit 10 ticks, and it'll give us $50. Plus, we got to subtract commissions out of there. But this is a mini. Come on. Now we can start stabbing our. There we go. All right. Get him. That'll make it go up. Go up. Go up, market. Go up, market. Go up. Now, why would it go up? Why would the market go up? That means you have to have a bunch of buyers in there for some reason. I don't know why we'd have any bunch of buyers in there right now. Market's closed, so it's probably not going to go up. More likely to go down. Not necessarily. Sometimes people buy after the markets are closed. How come would they buy? Well, if they want to get out of the market and they were short, they would have to buy to get out, right? Sell first, buy a little later. That could make the market go up. Wouldn't go up very far because once they sell out, nobody else buying. They're just selling or buying to get out. That make the market go up a little bit. Look at the green bars down here. This is volume. This is participation. Participation has gone to nothing. Participation is nothing. We just need to go up far enough to give us 10 ticks, $50. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. You can do it. I wonder if we can tell that limit order. I want that limit order to trail. Can I do that? Trail. It's trailing the parabolic SAR, but it's not active. It's still a ghost. So, well, no, I can't tell that to, yeah, it's not a ghost. It's actually active, but it won't trail. I can't tell that one to trail. That would be cool if it could. Trail PSAR, but it's only going to trail. Oh no, look, it's not trailing. It's only going to trail for exit, not for entry. Huh. Got the trailing stop. Oh, that's the one that's trailing right there. So it's trailing on the parabolic star here. But then the parabolic star flipped to the other side, so it's just going to sit there and wait for the parabolic star to come back to this side. That would get really complicated to try and program that in. That would be nutso. We have to do it with two. We have to do it with 2 buttons and control 2 sets of orders, 2 ticket orders. Remember, each button represents 1 ticket. So if we have 2 tickets, we can send in 1 ticket to do one thing and send in another ticket to do another thing, and they could play with each other. You could imagine that they get a little complicated sometimes. This market's dead. It's not going anywhere. All right, we're going to let it sit there while we come over here and play with some media. We can play with our media assets. All right. Media assets. Let's just have...
Hey, Land Turner here. I got a hot stock market tip for you. Subscribe to Pitt News Magazine. You can thank me later.
Yeah, you like that little baby land. You seen all those things on Facebook and Twitter and where they're doing the babies? It's funny. I've seen some really funny ones. All right, we got this one here for Claire.
You know how some people read Pitt News Magazine for the charts and strategies? Me? I started reading it for the pictures. And now I write for them. Go figure. If you want trading content that's smart, useful, and doesn't put you to sleep. Oh, and occasionally features me making up terms like tail fuzzies. Head over to pittnews.com and subscribe. And hey, if you find my picture in there, don't judge. They caught me mid-espresso.
She doesn't read Pitt News Magazine for the articles. She reads Pitt News Magazine for the pictures. I thought that was funny.
Look, folks, I was reading this thing, Pitt News, right? Great stuff. I mean, back in Scranton, we had newspapers, but I didn't have, the thing with the facts. Claire Christensen, she gets it. Sharp gal. Reminds me of my Aunt Margie. Could parallel park a Buick with one hand. Subscribe.
We would never use AI to give us celebrity endorsements. I got more. These are the ones that we've always had in here, but now I got more that nobody's seen. So we got some more. We got some pretty funny ones. But this is one of my favorite ones right here.
Look, if you haven't subscribed to Pitt News Magazine yet, then I'm going to need to see you professionally because you must have something wrong with your brain.
All right. Why? We don't want you to have anything wrong with your brain. We want you to subscribe to Pitt News Magazine. This is a good lesson. Look at this. Market closed. Look how dead the market went. Don't trade after hours. All right. Just don't do it. It's not worth it. You're going to get your hiney handed to you usually. It's just not good. Okay. All right, guys. This is
the software I use. It's called Track and Trade. They've got 2 versions, one for stocks, one for futures. This is the website, trade.com. This is where you download a free 2-week trial. No credit card required. Okay, go download your copy, then come back here, follow along, and I'll show you all my settings.
All right, that's all I got for you today. And have a good Turkey Day weekend. This is the last class of the week. All right. I'm not going to do any more labs. We don't have any more classes at the university this week. University is off for the rest of the week. Today is the last day of classes. So, all right. That's it, guys. We will see you next Monday in class at the university at 6 o'clock p.m. Mountain Standard Time at the university. And then that means Tuesday morning at 8 a.m. bright and early, we'll have our first lab on options. So be there, be square. All right, guys. Have a good holiday.
All right, that wraps it up for today. If you got something out of this, do me a favor. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone else who's trading or learning.
Hey, don't forget to tell them to subscribe to Pitt News Magazine.
Oh yeah, definitely subscribe to Pitt News Magazine. You'll thank us later.